welcome back to Park City Television's Mountain Morning Show, and I'm excited to introduce to you Roger Burrows. He's a mathematician, inventor, and author as well. And you've done a lot of really fun things. How you doing, Roger?
Very well, thank you.
Very good. And you're living right here in Park City.
Yep.
And you've kind of been around a little bit, but you have quite an interesting background, which brought you to what you're doing now. Kind of give us a brief overview of what got you into this creative, I guess, living, really.
Well, it was checkered. I wanted to be a pilot.
Oh, yeah.
And that fell apart. So then I went and studied civil engineering, and then mathematics, and then I got a degree in education. I started teaching. Odd thing to do, but I love teaching. I love the kids. I left that as I started to publish books. I started to publish these books. These are the images books that are geometrical designs that kids color in, and they see lots of different things in the designs. So that got me into the creative mode.
And you did start doing work with Scholastic, Disney, and Nickelodeon.
Well,
so you've done a lot of things with them.
A little bit later, I got into publishing, and then I started developing interactive children's books. Magnetic, electronic, books that taught, you know, books with educational toys. And through that, I started working with Disney and Scholastic, Nickelodeon, Ravensburger in Germany, different companies like that. They wanted interactive books to go with their characters. So they would contact me and they'd say they'd have a new movie coming out, Toy Story, and they'd want some products for it. So I would develop them. And
you were the man to do it and make these really fantastic toys and interactive things for kids. And now you're offering a class at the Kimball Arts Center called Young Inventors.
Yes.
And I was looking at some information on this, Roger, and I'm curious, what was really your inspiration, and I guess where did your desire root from to help kids in a setting like this, in a creative setting like you're doing?
Well, my wife's an art director, and she designs children's books. And she talked to Jenny Dearson at the Kimball Arts Center, and that sort of tangled me in to the tale, if you like. And Jenny contacted me, and we cooked up the idea of Young Inventors. So that was the idea was really to bring innovation to the kids on a one-on-one basis. Because, you know, working with Disney, I create products and they go into the market, and I'm not there with the kids, if you see what I mean. So here at Kimball Arts Center, it was the opportunity to get everything together. And it worked. I mean, the first one was last summer, and the kids came in. We had about, I think, 8 kids, 7 to 11 years of age. I provided the materials, and they had a blast. It was a week-long course. It's 2 hours a day. So.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how fun these things would be for kids. And before we came on, Roger was showing me some of these really fun little devices that you help create with these kids. Tell me about this one. What does this thing do?
Well, in the way that...
I'm not going to drop it, don't worry, I won't break it. So tell me about this one.
The way that classes work is that I provide materials. I provide motors and propellers and rubber bands, balloons, solar cells. And then I provide, you know, wheels and ways to make a frame.
You have like little rubber bands with the popsicle sticks and a lot of cool things. And this thing works kind of cool. So the kids actually get to
So the kids, I put
like
all
this.
these materials out. The kids come in and I show them, you know, how to connect a battery or how a balloon can power something, just quickly. And then I let them have a go. I let them try and combine everything and see what they come up with. They make mistakes and things fall apart, and then they try again. And once they come up with something like this, which is basically got wheels from an aircraft kit, propeller from an aircraft kit, rubber bands here, battery here, it works pretty well.
Yeah.
But once they come up with it, then I challenge them to improve it or change it. So can it go faster? Can it go slower? You know, can it fly?
So you kind of push them beyond any of those boundaries of what you have put before them, and they add to it.
Yes.
So, and let's attach that thing and show everyone what it does. So the kids actually get to do this. This was pretty fun, I thought.
See if we can do this.
So you attach it to the battery, and it starts to go.
It starts to hopefully go. Oh well.
There it goes.
Yeah, almost goes.
But you can do things like that, the kids, and then they develop things even more with that. And I saw this one, and this has you know, the tops of the canisters to tennis ball canisters. Tell me what this one does.
Well, it's interesting because you know, when kids
oh, there it goes.
Oh.
It's about to move. It's going to go across the
table. What's interesting about this is that you know, with Lego, you get a fixed way of combining things. But when you give kids materials like this, they'll combine them in their way. Now, a square frame might fall apart, but a triangle is very strong and sturdy. So they'll discover this. When they put this together, it's a rubber band-powered vehicle, so the wheels spin. When they put this together, they use the wheels that are too small. If you can see that.
Yeah, you can see that the smaller wheel inside there.
Bigger wheels are better. They'll go a little bit slower, if you like, so the wheels won't skid. So the kids learn all of that in making a vehicle like this. So that's why that's a great discovery item. So.
And Roger, I love how you really take these kids through this developmental process, or I guess this creative process in making something that they probably wouldn't have maybe thought of before. You allow them, you put them in an environment where they can be creative together and collaborate and find out ways to make things work. Why do you think it's so important for kids at such a young age to be exposed to those creative ideas?
I think you know, I recently judged a science fair at the Park City High School, and talking to the teachers, their disappointment is that their curriculums are so densely packed, they don't have enough time for creative education. I think children need to explore materials, and they need to see how they work. Math comes out of it. Science comes out of it, but they have to discover. I think it's so important because that's where their energy comes from. The momentum to learn, I think, comes from discovery. And they have it. I mean, they're naturally scientists, if you like. I mean, all they want to do is discover.
And you can see just that if you just watch a little child play, and they really have no boundaries to their creative thinking. No. And that develops more as you get older. We were talking earlier, but this class is offered at the Kimball Arts Center. Yes. Tell us where we can find out more about that and how to register.
You can contact the Kimball Arts Center directly by phone or on the website. The class is week of April 9th. It's the whole week. It's 10 to 12 every day. Yeah, pretty easy.
Yeah, it should be a really exciting class for those kids that want to be involved. And you also have a book signing coming up. Tell me about that.
We have a book signing at Dolly's Bookstore in Main Street. That's on the 7th, between 3 and 4:30. I'll be signing the Images books. And also, I'll have a few of these little guys wandering around.
Gliding across the floor, across the desk, wherever.
Yes.
Very fun. Well, thank you so much, Roger Burrows, for coming into the studio and telling us about this class and your insights on kids and creativity. It's always good to hear about what's going on and what you're doing. So
thank you
very much. And we'll be right back on the Mountain Morning Show. So